Are we live? Yes, yes, we are. What is up, everyone? Hope you guys are all having yourself a beautiful Thursday night. Show some love down in the comment section. I have a special guest, Miss Juliana. And today we're going to be breaking down, really just be giving an audit on Juliana's whole business from A to C. If you guys have seen last week's training, last week we had Ashley, and this week we have Juliana. And essentially, what we're doing here, what the core focus of the Copywriting Business Dojo is really for me to give a ton of value to whoever's a new member is, which is Juliana for today, and really just giving an audit on their business, on her business specifically tonight, and really making sure that she has clarity on what things she can do to move things forward. All right, so Juliana, please introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are, your journey, what kind of got you started with copywriting, and give us a quick introduction.
Well, I first encountered copywriting just online, it just came up, I guess, because I love literature and poetry, and so ads were popping up. So I decided to look into it, and that was 2016. And at that point, I was full-time teaching music lessons, guitar and piano, and I was driving around to people's houses, doing lessons. And at this point, my husband was disabled. He had a bad accident and he was disabled. And then he ended up getting cancer soon after that. So
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that.
thank you. So, it made sense to me to try to find additional work where I could make more money as an entrepreneur, where I have control of my schedule. I get to work from home so that I'm, close to him. Um, and so I learned copywriting, and I learned it from AWAI, American Writers and Artists Institute in
Nice,
Florida.
nice.
And so then um, when I was finished getting the basics, my brother owns or my brother, he's passed away since, but back then he owned with a partner, he owned a concrete construction and asphalt paving company, and they had a few different branches, like a union branch and then a regular branch, and then they also had a heavy truck and heavy equipment repair shop.
Mhm.
So he asked me if I would redo their websites for them. So I did. And then he just kept me on a monthly retainer for doing their social media and maintaining the websites. And I did some blog posts for them. And so I worked for them for 7 years. I mean, he passed away a couple of years ago, and the new owner kept me on for a couple of years. And then she just recently laid me off because I guess things weren't going as well as they used to be business wise. I work from home, so I wasn't privy to all the discussions about what was going on with the paving business and all that. But so I mean, I should have seen that coming. It was just, but my husband, he died a year ago from cancer, and
My condolences.
thank you. So I just got laid off in March of this year. So, you know, I understand the copywriting aspect of things, but I never really learned how to be a freelancer or an entrepreneur because my brother hired me and kept me on for 7 years with that company. So, and I think I did a really good job for them. I brought in a huge social media audience for them and such for each of the branches. I increased their social media audience by a large amount. So all that worked out well, and I just, I guess with everything going on, I should have seen the signs and then jumped ship to other things, but I didn't. So here I am scrambling. So, I mean, I still teach music lessons out of my home. I wasn't really able to do a whole lot of that out of my home with Eric being so sick. But now that, it's just me living here, I could do that. And I was hoping for the past year, I've been advertising heavily, trying to get more music students, and that's been sort of tepid. So, so now I'm really trying to hurry up and get some copywriting clients. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at now.
And
Now
this
I
is
was,
why we're doing this. Yep.
that's right.
And this is why we're doing this. It's exactly
Exactly.
why we do this.
And
Yep.
right, right. And it's certainly appreciated. So, I was thinking, like, the last time we talked, I've been thinking, well, I've been doing asphalt paving and concrete construction copywriting for so long now that I should pursue those clients
Mm-hmm.
to start, even though what I really want to do is get into, green businesses, eco-friendly businesses, solar panel installers. I want to work in an industry where I feel like I'm contributing to something that's good for the
Mm-hmm.
future. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against asphalt paving and all that. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Is that you? Oh, that's you. Okay.
Yep. That's me.
Oh, that's
Yep.
my
Yep.
computer.
I'm just writing this stuff down. Just writing this stuff down.
Okay. But
Mhm.
so then I had a revelation the other day. I was just really sitting here thinking about it. I was like, my decision to pursue more of what I know is really a decision based kind of in fear, and it doesn't even
Mhm.
really feel good. It feels kind of
Hmm.
oppressive. I've made some cold calls to asphalt paving companies, and it's hard convincing some people that copywriting matters and that social media
Mhm.
matters. Um, but I was willing to, I'm still going to do some cold calling with those people because I need work quickly, right? But
Mhm.
I've decided that what I'd like to do is to do my group as a green copywriter, a
Mhm.
sustainability copywriter. Okay.
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
just go for it because, you know, pursuing asphalt and concrete um, companies just doesn't even feel like what I really want to do anyway.
Mhm.
I've always wanted to do something in the green industry. So why not just go ahead and start now? I could still cold call for the other, but I'd like to just go ahead and go after what I really want with what we're talking about here, because
Mhm.
I really want to get traction and make this work.
1000%.
And I know that this is a bit of
1000%.
a long game,
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
style of marketing. Um, so I need to start now.
1000%.
I want to write about things that excite me.
Yeah.
It's like you
And
were
I
saying
agree
the
with
other
that.
night. You were saying with the other um Thursday night session you had, you were
Yep.
saying that, if you don't feel passionate about what you're writing about, if you don't enjoy it, it's going to show in your writing and it's just going to
1000%.
affect everything. So
1000%.
I might as well just avoid that.
Yeah. So a few things that I really want to tackle on because you were saying some really good information here
Hmm.
that I really want to start handling. So let's kind of break it down. So first, the niche piece. So like you said before, to me, if you don't feel like asphalt, right?
Hmm.
Companies, right? It's asphalt or asphalt. I said it
Asphalt.
correctly, right?
Asphalt.
Asphalt,
Uh-huh.
asphalt
Hmm.
companies, right?
Hmm.
To me, the fact that we're already coming to the conclusion that this is not something that you feel like is ideal for you, and you
Hmm.
find that ecosystem companies is something that you're looking to work with,
Hmm.
to me, we have to start going head on to this.
Right. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, right, you got to think about it like this. Like you mentioned before, I've been told Ashley this. Sure, the money can be good, but at
Hmm.
the same time, though, do you want to write for a client or do you want to write for a niche that you don't feel 100% confident or not even confident, but passionate about?
Right.
Because if you
Yes.
don't feel passionate about it, it's like that's going to show up to your ability to get your clients results. And to
Hmm.
me, one of the key things to this business is your ability to get your clients results. So that can lead to more testimonials, more credibility on your end, and that's going to help your business overall. And if we can't even feel passionate about what we're writing about, that's going to
Hmm.
have an impact to our ability to get the clients results. So
Right.
to me, we should start focusing now on the ecosystem. I know before on our last conversation that we had our one-on-one call before, we're kind
Hmm.
of like, yeah, let's do asphalt. We're thinking about doing ecosystem, but I'm glad you kind of turned the key now, and it's like I
Yeah.
now want to focus on ecosystem.
Yeah, I really do.
Yep.
And I did a little research about the green industry, how well
Hmm.
it's doing, what are its expected growth percentages, and it looks really good. I mean, I'm
Good.
not I'm not an extremely business savvy person where I know what these percentages, like to compare these percentages to other industries. I don't know much about all that stuff, but I mean, they're saying that in 2023, the green industry was at 23.7 billion. They expected to grow from over 26 billion in 2024 to 121 billion in 2032. So that sounds
A lot
good.
of opportunities. A lot of
Yeah,
opportunities. That's when I hear that, I'm hearing there's a lot of opportunities for Juliana. That's what I'm
right.
hearing.
And that's why I
That's what I'm hearing.
researched that because I was
Yeah.
like, because AWI, they taught me that to,
Mhm.
definitely if you want to choose a niche, check out what they're saying about its growth indexes,
For
right?
sure. For
And then,
sure.
but I knew the green industry is doing well. I mean,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
obvious, right?
1000%. 1000%. Love that.
And
Love
then,
that. So,
so
mhm.
I did some keyword, research about what to call myself, right? What keywords for this kind of copywriting have the most traction, so I'm still researching that, but I did get some of that done. So because I'm trying to figure out what to name my group, you see. And
Mhm.
so I'm kind of
Okay.
stuck on that.
So
I'm
let's cover that. So
okay.
so how we get clear on the name of the group.
Hmm.
So name a Facebook group, and I want to talk about the cold calling leads as well.
Okay.
But to me, I think the Facebook group. Let's kind of get clear on this first. So
Okay.
how we get clear on the name of the group? So it goes the result that the group is trying to achieve.
Hmm.
So for example, if I go to my Facebook group here, so mastering copywriting, right? So what did I do, right? I built a Facebook group because here's the thing that I think is that we need to start building out for you,
Hmm.
Juliana.
Okay.
We need to build a some form of audience because what I'm hearing, like if I were to ask you right now, do you have an audience of people following you, noticing who you are on a consistent daily basis?
Um, as far as me as a copywriter, no. Me as a
You,
person, sure, but not but not as a copywriter.
we need to start building that out.
Okay.
And here's the reason why. Because at the end of the day, the audience is really the determining factor of how you're going to be able to start selling your services. Because you got to think about it as well, right? Like I like talking about the examples of, let's think about, I don't know. Are you familiar with Logan Paul? Do you know Logan Paul?
No.
Do you know, are you familiar with Drake? Probably.
Heard the name before. Who is
Heard the
this?
name before.
Is this an artist?
He's an artist.
Okay.
Which artist what music do you listen to?
Um, I listen to Dead Can Dance, Lorena McKenna, you know, I mean, I grew up listening to Led Zeppelin, of course,
Okay.
all that stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm ultimately trying to say though is I'm guessing out of all those people, they had some form of following,
Hmm.
some form of people noticing who they were. And if
Hmm.
they ever dropped a song or dropped an album, because they had raving fans following them, they made sales because of that.
Hmm.
So what ultimately I see that Juliana, we ultimately start doing is building some form of following, some form of audience this way, because at the end of the day, Juliana, what do you have? You have copywriting service that you're selling.
Hmm.
You have a service that you're selling. And with that, we need some form of audience to now start noticing who you are. This way, when you're selling your services, which is ultimately what you're doing right now, right?
Hmm.
You now have a list of people that could potentially invest into you, aka traffic. We need to
Hmm.
start getting traffic. We need to start getting leads to now start noticing Juliana. Sure. And even as well, I remember you had mentioned before, finding it, it was, you said you've been finding it challenging to convince people that they need a copywriter
Yeah.
through cold calling. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it can be a bit challenging. It can be a bit challenging.
Especially
Like,
construction companies, I mean, the ones that are doing really well actually do have all that in place. The ones
mhm.
who are just kind of, I guess, just going maybe month to month or whatever and just making things work, they just, I mean, they were likely to hang up on you. You know what I mean? So I get hung up on a lot. So
Yeah. And that's part of the cold calling game, right? Even for
yeah.
myself as well. Like I have a few clients who have done cold calling before. And I remember one of the challenges I remember one of them had faces, although they were calling a lot of leads, it was a lot of hey, rejection, a lot of hey, I can't
Mhm.
talk to you right now. Hey, yeah, a lot of burnout as well. A lot of
Yeah.
burnout too. And
Yeah.
to me, if we can build some form of group, like it's easier for somebody to say, yes, I want to join your Facebook group and
Hmm.
get nurtured by you with time
Hmm.
rather than potentially us calling them, trying to sell your services to them, and they'd be like, I'm not interested.
Right.
Like the commitment level is a lot different. Like
Hmm.
somebody can say yes, a small yes to a, hey, I'll join your Facebook group. And
Hmm.
sure, the goal of the group is to get them nurtured, get them to want to become your client for sure. But it's a lot easier for somebody to say yes to that than maybe trying to call somebody out of the blue. They have no idea who we really are. We're trying to
Hmm.
cold call them to get them to
Right.
become a client.
Right.
It's two different ball games here. So
Right.
to me, what I'm seeing though is we need to build some form of group here where we're now getting the traffic, we're now getting leads, so you can now start building your audience of construction workers so they can now notice who you are. And here's the thing as well, right? When it comes to, I know you said you're finding a challenge to convince people that they need a copywriter. Here's
Hmm.
the thing. If I were to ask you, what do you have a library of content that's getting people to see why they need to invest into a copywriter? Like if a construction worker were to kind of like see and be like, why exactly do I need a copywriter? Break that down with me, Juliana. Do you have some form of content? Do you have some form of, whether that's some posts, whether that's some trainings, whether that's like, what, do you have some form of content that's going to get people to see why they should invest into a copywriter?
No, I do not. And
That's what we need to start doing.
that's what I need to start doing. So I have stuff in my portfolio, like stuff, blog posts and everything I've written for the construction industry, industry trends and stuff like that. And, so I have portfolio stuff, but I don't have anything about why these different industries need copywriting. So I figured I would just start writing that for the green business industry and solar panel installation industry.
Mhm.
Um, and just see what I can work out. Now I've joined some groups in
Nice.
the green entrepreneurs and all that. Um, so and I've written down like, what I'm kind of keeping a measure of how many members they have and such and how things are looking. And I've already had people kind of interact with me
Mhm.
in those groups. So I thought that was encouraging. But yeah, I need to
Good.
get together some, statistics and things like that and create a post about why green businesses need a copywriter. And, I was doing some of that research already, and, many people are making the point that when you're a green copywriter, um, your angle to sell is a little different than most people, than traditional marketing, because instead of going after people's kind of more primal urges
Mhm.
to sell products,
Mhm.
you're approaching their conscientiousness
Mhm.
and their sense of responsibility for the planet, things like that. So
Yeah.
it's a slightly different style of talking to people and advertising. So I'm studying that right now. And so when I
Good.
do make those posts, they're going to be very much, with that in mind. It's a slightly different style and angle that I have to take.
Mhm.
to help them sell their products or services. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And so what I'm also doing is I've created a folder and I'm printing out different eco-friendly advertising things, where I can just get a screenshot of something and I'm printing them out and putting them in my folder for, just resources later to help me get ideas and such, because you know, this is a lot to take on. It's like I need some help.
For sure. For sure.
So, but yeah, so where was I going with that? Anyway, you go ahead. I lost my point.
Yeah. Yeah. No worries. No worries. But the core idea overall, though, the core overall idea is we want these construction business owners
You mean
to
green
note
business owners.
green business owners, sorry,
That's
green
okay.
business owners to notice who Juliana is and see
Right.
why having a copywriter is important. That's just the whole idea. So what we're trying to do is, if like again, if we go back to the audience, we want to build a group, right? Build a group, right? Like even think about it like this as well, right? The reason why you probably entered my world and probably came up with the idea of building a Facebook group is why you joined my Facebook group, and then I created content on the power of building a Facebook group to helping you to scale your copywriting business to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that happen? Through my content. So what am
Right.
I doing? I'm basically creating content, breaking down different tips on what's the different what are the challenges that a lot of copywriters are facing right now. They're having difficulty trying to get to the next level. Cool. So what I'm doing, I'm creating content on, again, Facebook groups, building
Mm-hmm.
your own Facebook group as a way for you to scale and get to the next level. So what Juliana needs to can start doing is we build a group, we invite green business owners inside the group and start giving a ton of content, a ton of value inside the group. Breaking down, here's the number one reason why having a copywriter can 10x your green business.
Mm-hmm.
Giving a ton of content inside the group because it's allowing people to get nurtured by you, see you as an authoritative figure.
And can I ask you,
Mm-hmm.
are you
Yep.
suggesting that all of that content basically be videos and not written blog posts that will go into the Facebook group, because it's more traction that way, right? I mean, you actually get people's attention better that way.
1000%. So a
Okay.
line that I want you to remember goes like this. So short form content
Mm-hmm.
leads to long form content, which leads to customer, which is one of my favorite marketing lines. So what does this mean? Short form content can be in the form of like maybe like a regular post or the form
Mm-hmm.
of like a regular value post or a form of a real video. And through somebody getting value from your short form content, it leads them to the long form content. So this could be in the form of a training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody continues to digest more long form content, they get nurtured enough to actually want it to become potentially a customer of yours.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, like think about it like this, right? I remember we had this conversation before we jumped onto a call. I remember you had mentioned that, or even on our first call, I remember you had mentioned before that you've seen a lot of my long form stuff, as in a lot of my live trainings.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to ask you, what was your thoughts after watching just strictly my long form content from like my live trainings on how to price yourself, how to build your niche, or
Mm-hmm.
how to build your like, what was your thoughts after watching these things?
Um, that I got a lot of really good information from you, and I
Mhm.
want to follow you and get
Mhm.
more.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And that's essentially what we want these green business owners to now start thinking about it when they work with when they see you as well.
right.
So what I would start recommending is your long form content. That could be in the training of, hey, why green business owners need copywriters for their business.
Mm-hmm.
Creating some form of live training. It doesn't have to be nothing too crazy. It could be like a 15, 20 minute, but just diving deep in the long form content to get people to wanting to build more trust with you and see the value you could potentially do to help them out. Because you got to
Mm-hmm.
think about it as well, right? A lot of these green business owners, again, are coming into can potentially be coming to your group, not knowing a thing about why they should hire a copywriter. They see a kick-ass training that you've done,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, man, this was a lot of information. I could see why having a copywriter is so important. And they see that from you, you've now
Mm-hmm.
raised your status for that person in their eyes, as they're now
Right.
viewing you as an authoritative figure, somebody that can help them with their copy.
Right.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
I do. Yes. Yes. That makes sense. And then, so long form content, it's like 15 to 20 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Roughly.
15, 20. It could
How
be up
about
to an
short,
hour.
how about short term content? How long should that be?
So short form content is like it's like a reel. So for
Okay.
example, if I break down what short form is, so short form content is like this, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a quick mini post, right? Let's see. So if I go through, yeah, so this, for example, is like short form content. It's like a post
Mm-hmm.
or like a real video. But a
Mm-hmm.
long form piece of content, like this is short form, but a long form piece of content is what we're doing right here,
Mm-hmm.
where we're doing a live training inside of my group, inside of my Facebook group.
So the
Uh,
short term content would be the advertising that we're going to be doing that Facebook live group.
exactly. That's long
And
form
then,
content.
okay. Okay.
So what I recommend is going extremely hard in your long form content, because this is the thing that nurtures a lot more people, gets
Mm-hmm.
them to build more trust with you because they're hearing your thoughts, your philosophies, your beliefs, all these things, and it
Uh-huh.
gets them slowly to tip over. Like I can't tell you how many times I've done a live training from my group, and then the following day right after,
Mhm.
somebody saw it and they joined my program.
Wow.
It happens so often.
That's great.
It happens so often. So this is why
Mm,
I highly recommend going hard on the long form content, because
right.
that to me is really the thing that really moves people forward.
Okay.
All right. Does that
And
make sense?
yeah, and I even
Yeah.
have some ideas. So, you know, I can definitely start working on that right away.
Hmm.
And filming myself is going, that I'll just have to get used to
It's scary. I get it. I get it. It's scary. I get it.
that.
But the thing is, though, although it is scary, that's the
Mhm.
biggest thing that's going to move things forward.
Hmm. Right.
Because we need to start building Juliana's brand.
Right. And
We
this
need
is
to
going to
start
help me
building
in
her
other
brand.
ways too, because I I've written a bunch of music and I want to get that on YouTube, right? And
Yeah,
my stumbling block is, just avoiding that filming myself. So
I
this is
get
going to
it.
force me to get used to that, and that'll be good for the music as well.
I get it. I get it. Now, if I were to ask you,
Mhm.
what's the fear behind going on camera? What's the fear behind that? I wanna tackle this.
I think I have stage fright. I've always
Mhm.
had stage fright. You know, I'm a very private person, and it's easy for me to see filming myself or going on stage as exposing myself. But I've been working through that, especially the past year, since I've had so much time to really reflect since Eric's passed. I've I've had to look at myself in a number of ways and be like, okay, how do I want the rest of my life to go? So I'm dealing with the stage fright. I do meditation and
Good.
things like that, self-help stuff, just trying to access good energy to help me to, be able to move to that next phase of my life and live the life that I want to live instead of being afraid to do certain things. You know,
Mhm.
Fear is not a reason to stop. I have to face that and just do it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Do you know what fear stands for?
What? I think I've
So
heard,
it's
go ahead. I think I've
so
heard
it's
this before. Go ahead.
false evidence appearing real.
That's right. Yep.
False evidence
That's so
appearing real,
true.
right?
It's so true.
It's all in your head. It's all in
Yeah.
your head. Like you got to think about it as well, right?
Hmm.
Sure, it can be a little bit scary if we say the wrong thing, if we're talking, we stumble upon our words. But you got to
Hmm.
understand as well, most people, and to be more specific, probably 95% of people, they
Hmm.
don't really care if you stumble on your words.
Right. They're
right?
not
It's the
expecting
truth.
perfection.
They don't expect perfection. And I think
We
as
do of
us,
ourselves,
we
but
do that
nobody
within
else.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Nobody else is thinking that. The thing
right.
that people care about is, does this person know what they're talking about?
Right.
That's the thing. Like for
hmm
example, for me, I probably stumbled upon my live trainings plenty of times,
hmm
thousands of times, if not. But I know at the end of the day, though, I'm not perfect. And on top of that as well, people don't really care about that. People
hmm
just want to know, can this person give me the information that's going to move things forward in my copywriting business? That's the thing that people are looking at when they're watching my content. And that's the thing we want people to start looking you at with as a copywriter as well, where these greenhouse business owners, right? Greenhouse business owners, same thing, right?
Sort of.
Green business owners. I'll keep it simple. Green business owners. Ecosystem business owners. I'll just keep it simple. We want these individuals, though, to now notice you. And even though you could be stumbling upon your words, being like, does Juliana know what she's actually genuinely talking about? With
Right.
actually getting converting copy and make sure the copy is actually converting, whether that's through emails, ads, whatever the live training is all about. But
hmm
does she know what she's talking about?
Right.
That's the thing that they really care about.
Right. Okay.
Right. And trust me, I get it. Even myself, I had to deal with that as well. And even
hmm
even for a few of my clients too, right? Some of my clients have difficulty with that, but the biggest thing though, it's all in your mind.
hmm
It's all in your mind. It's not real. It's not real. We can come into like, oh my God, I have to create this perfect content. This content is not perfect. The world is over. To me,
hmm
it's like, let's just get it out there. Let's just get it out there. You stumble upon your words, cool. Make a mistake, cool. Things happen. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just show up.
Right.
That's it. Just show up.
And speaking of showing up, as far as the long content form goes, or long form content goes, how often throughout the week should one post long form content? Is that the
Yeah.
3 to 5 times a week kind of thing?
I recommend doing it at least once a week.
At least once a week? Okay.
At least once. If you can do more, the better, but at least once a week. At
Because
least
I
once a
worry
week.
about um, finding topics, but that could just be, just a illogical fear of mine that I won't have enough content topics. You know what I mean?
Well, let's handle it like this. Let's handle it
Mhm.
like this. Give me what are you more specialized in as a copywriter? Are you doing like emails, ads? Walk me through that.
Well, I want to learn email
Hmm.
because I think that'll be key with green businesses. But I do blog posts, social media management, and website copy, SEO, website copy.
Hmm.
Those are the three things that I know, right? The
Okay.
things I've done.
So give me three reasons why um green businesses need website copy. Give me three reasons why.
Well, they need a website just so because it's like your online business card, and then you need good product descriptions, service descriptions. You need good SEO for getting to the top of your search engine lists, and um you need content, blog posts, and things like that to help to establish you as an authority in your business that you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, was that three?
That was more than enough. And what I'm going to
Okay.
tell you is that all those reasons that you gave are
hmm
4 weeks of content that we just created just now.
Really? Okay. If
Yeah.
I'm doing one a week,
So if
right?
we're doing one
Okay.
a week, you just
Okay.
did a whole month of content just now of live
Okay.
trainings. The
Right. I guess you're
SEO
right.
you spoke about, right? You also
Mhm.
spoke about blog posts. I heard you mention as well the value of blog posts. And
Uh-huh.
I remember you mentioned two other things in the beginning. It slipped my mind, but what I'm saying though is when it comes to content, like I feel like we can overcomplicate it.
hmm
To me, what's talk about things that you already know about. Talk about
Right.
why blogs are so valuable. You can create
Mhm.
a really good training on that. A
Right, that's
really good
true.
training on that.
Yeah, that's true.
A really good training on that. You could talk about you create content on why SEO and SEO is so important for green businesses and how it's going to help them
Right.
to make sure that their websites are at the top of the page. Talk about
Hmm.
that. That's
Right,
all content right there. That's all content.
right. Because I guess it's easy to forget that unless somebody's a copywriter, they don't know a lot of these terms and such. They don't know what they
They don't
mean.
know.
Yeah. So okay. Well, that makes me feel better looking at it like
Here's
that.
the Yeah, and here's the thing too, right? I
Hmm.
was telling Ashley about this last week, and I'm going to say the same thing to you again. You don't need to be 10 chapters ahead of somebody to give them value. You just need to be one chapter ahead of somebody. So what
Right.
does that mean? Right? For a lot of us, we think, oh my gosh, I need to be this extremely amazing A-list expert in copy for me to create really good content.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you, that reality that we have, that little belief that we have is
Hmm.
false. Because you can just get one green business owner
Hmm.
who goes into the group has no idea about SEO and the value of it. And
Hmm.
everybody maybe inside that group can see it, but that one person who has no idea, they see that live training, boom,
Hmm.
about why SEO is so important that you created. They see that training that you've done. What does it do? It 10x's their authority, or it 10x's your authority for them because they're like,
Hmm.
wow, I did not know that information. Wow, that is really good stuff.
Right.
You don't need to be 10 chapters ahead. You just need to be one chapter ahead of somebody to give them really good information.
Mm. Right. I always
Does
put
that
that
make
pressure on
sense?
yeah, I always put the pressure on myself that I do have to be 10 chapters ahead. You
You
know,
don't.
it's good to hear. It's good to hear someone say that.
Yeah, you don't. You just need to be one chapter ahead of somebody. You need to be one chapter
Right.
ahead of somebody.
Well, I'm
All right.
taking that to
So,
heart.
yeah. Are you enjoying this or what? Is this helpful
I
for you?
am. Oh, this is very helpful.
Good.
I'm definitely enjoying
Good.
it.
So cool. So we got the content. So let's go to the name of the group because I also wanted to break this down.
Okay.
So the name of the group, how we kind of get clear on this is the result that the group is trying to achieve. So what exactly does that mean? All right. Essentially, what is the result when somebody joins your group? What is the result? What is the end goal that they're going to achieve once they join the group? So for example, I'll walk you through it like this. So if I go to my client Jill, do you know Jill? Have you seen Jill yet
I
inside my
haven't
group?
seen the video you did with Jill yet.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. So Jill has her own Facebook group, and it's called Revenue Driven Copywriting for Business Owners.
Hmm.
So what is the end goal when a business owner joins this group? She's going to be breaking down copywriting that's revenue driven for business owners. So
Hmm.
let's go to my client Rob, right? Profitable copywriting for business owners, right?
Hmm.
Keep the name simple. Keep the name simple. What is the end goal? What is their end result when somebody joins your group? Rob's group, he's going to show them profitable copywriting. Copywriting is going to generate money for
Hmm.
business owners. Let's
Hmm.
go to persuasion. Let's go to my client Jamal. So Jamal, right?
Uh-huh.
Copywriting persuasion mastery for business owners. What is the end goal? He's going to teach people how to write persuasive copy for business owners,
Hmm.
right? And again, I can go down the list of all my other clients, but the what I'm trying to say though, the idea behind the group, I think we can overcomplicate it. Keep it
Right.
simple. What is the
Hmm.
result that you're trying to achieve? So if I were to ask you, if somebody's investing to your services, Juliana,
Hmm.
what is the number one goal that you will ultimately provide for them? Because that's how we get clear on the result that the group is trying to achieve. What is the end goal when somebody essentially invests into you? What is that end goal?
Well, um, expanding their audience, um, building their brand up so that it has more of an online presence.
Mhm.
I guess it depends on which of my services they want or if they want all three, right? So like
Yeah.
social media, you're expanding their audience, right?
Mhm.
Um, for SEO website copy, I mean, that's also expanding their audience, but you're also helping them to get more leads. You're generating leads. I mean,
Mhm.
I thought of the first couple words of my group could be lead generating, copywriting, and then I guess for green businesses or sustainable businesses. But I was
Yeah.
wondering, is lead generating, is that like kind of like maybe the word generating is just too much of a mouthful, or is it okay?
No, not at
Okay.
all. Not at all. Again,
Okay.
I think we can overcomplicate the name,
Mm-hmm.
but I think lead generating copywriting or lead generating, yeah, copywriting
Uh-huh.
for green businesses is a great first start. That's the
Okay.
name of the group. That's the name of the group.
Okay.
Lead generating,
Uh-huh.
name of the group.
Copywriting.
hmm Lead generating,
Mm-hmm.
copywriting
Mm-hmm.
for green business owners. Boom. We got the name of the group.
Okay, cool.
All right. So that's the
Okay.
name of the group.
Lead
All right.
generate. Okay, great. Yeah.
Lead generating,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at the end of the
And
day,
everybody
what's
everybody knows what lead generating is, everybody in business.
for sure. And if they
So,
don't, they need to do more research
right.
on business overall.
Right.
So they might not even be ideal for you.
Right, right.
They may not even be ideal for you. Like you got to think
That's
about it as
true.
well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody should like you. It's a funny thing, but like you shouldn't have to sell people on why, like you shouldn't have to sell somebody as
Mm-hmm.
to why they should like let me keep it more simple. Like you shouldn't have to sell somebody as to why they should do copywriting for their business.
Mm-hmm.
Like sure, you can sell them as to why they need a copywriter, which is different, but you shouldn't have to sell why they need copywriting for their business.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me,
They should already know that.
they should already know that.
Mm-hmm.
Before entering your group, they should know why they need copywriting inside their business.
Right.
And this is why having some form of description inside the group is so
Mm-hmm.
important as well, right? Like
Okay.
I'll give you the description. I'll break it down with you,
Mm-hmm.
the description that our clients use, but you shouldn't have to be selling somebody as to why they should be doing copywriting for their business.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if you have to sell that, that's making the journey a lot longer. The customer journey from them not knowing a lick about copywriting, then you have to talk about why they should do copywriting for the business. But they could be like, oh my gosh, I could do all this for rather than doing copywriting. It's like it's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a waste of time. It's a
Okay.
waste of time. So the people that should be joining your group, right? If they don't know what the hell copywriting is, get the hell out of here.
Right.
They're not ideal for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know what copywriting is, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
people, if people see something that they're familiar with, oh, lead generating copy, right?
Uh-huh.
Probably people who know what copywriting is, 9 times out of 10, they're going to click on it rather than the person who doesn't know what copywriting is. They're going to click on it. They're going to click on and join the group.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's essentially it. So let me give you the description. I'm going to walk you through the description that we use. Um, so I think it's called structuring your Facebook group. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, so description. So you want to have some form of description as well,
Mm-hmm.
um, inside the Facebook group. This way, when people are reading the description of the group, they understand what the group is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, here's a description that we all use. So it goes, welcome to, you would enter your group name where you'll learn, and I'll send this over to you.
Okay, thank
Um,
you. I
yep,
appreciate that.
where
Yeah.
you'll learn how to get more, high ticket clients, traffic, and brand awareness from your business, from your, whatever you have to offer. Whether I know for you, you said that you want to do like blogs, SEO. You would
Mm-hmm.
say like for your business from your SEO, from your blogs, etc. In this
Mm-hmm.
group, you will learn from Juliana, you would enter some credible information. And then after that, this is now when we're qualifying the people that we went inside the group.
Mm-hmm.
So this group is for you if you are a green business owner who wants to generate more high-ticket sales calls and nurture leads using highly effective copy. You are
Mm-hmm.
looking to level up your business, get more visibility, attain more clients, increase conversion by high-quality copywriting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then we go down right here. This group is not for you if you aren't an established green business owner. You
Mm-hmm.
don't understand how crucial copywriting is to a green business, to a green company success, whatever the case may be. But what I'm
Right.
saying though, the description, that's why having description so important, so you can qualify and disqualify the people inside the
Right.
group.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna
Okay.
send this over to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate
Mhm,
that. That'll help.
mhm. Yeah, we want to make sure that your group has a good foundation. Description is a great foundation as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we
How,
get clear on.
how are you going to send that? Are you going to send that by email or through the messenger
Yep.
or?
Yep. I'll
Okay.
send it through Messenger.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So we got the description down packed,
Okay.
but that's the idea though. We want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that the people are joining the group, they're already aware of the value of copywriting. You shouldn't have to sell why copywriting is the thing that's going to help them grow their business. They should already know that. That's just
Right.
the idea behind it. All
Okay.
right. Awesome. So, any questions with anything so far? I know I'm kind of going and spitting things at you, but any
No, you're doing
questions?
great. No, I feel like
Good.
we're definitely making some headway here. So I do have a question about something that's been kind of bugging me.
Hmm.
Um, about like, okay, so I've joined some groups, right? And
Hmm.
I'm going to set up my group. Now, once I get that set up, I'm going to start inviting people in these other groups to join. One, like if I've been talking a little bit with the group owner of a group, is it okay to invite them,
Yeah.
another group owner?
Yeah.
Nothing
1,000%.
uncouth about that. Okay. Just wanted to check because
Yeah.
you never know
Especially if you built
sometimes.
a relationship.
Okay,
Especially since you
cool.
built a relationship.
Okay.
1,000%.
Yeah, because she was curious about what I do. So, you know.
Yeah.
So we were off to a good start there. You know what I mean? And then my other question is, you said that you friend the people inside these other groups before you ask them, so that when you DM them to invite them into the group, it's going to their DM and not going to the other, right?
Yeah. Yep.
How are people receiving you when you friend them? I mean, because like you're just this guy out of the blue, right? And I'll just be this girl
Hmm.
out of the blue. How are people? I mean, do most people accept a friendship request or do they reject it or they ignore it? What's your
It's a
experience?
funny thing. It's a funny thing. Some people for sure probably will not accept it, but you will
Hmm.
also get some people who just accept it just because. Like
Okay.
that's just how humans are.
Mhm.
Like when they just get somebody that's just wanted to accept a friend request, some humans just like, sure, it's just a friend request. Why not accept it? But the
Hmm.
reason why we do that though is because it makes it easier for your message to pop up on their actual, messenger
Hmm.
conversation. So, for
Hmm.
example, if we weren't friends, I think we are Facebook friends, but if we
Hmm.
weren't friends and I just invite you to my Facebook group,
Hmm.
there's a potential chance that it would go into it's a potential chance that the message I sent over to you would go into the requests
Hmm.
and it doesn't pop up right here,
Right.
right?
Gotcha.
And to me, if you have the person you accept, if they already accept your friend request, the message is always going right here,
Hmm.
always
Okay.
going right here. All
So
right.
the ones who don't accept your friend request, do you still invite them later
Oh yeah, for sure.
to
Because they
join?
could, yeah, what that was,
Because
because they
they,
can always see it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They can
Okay.
always see it. They can always go to their request section potentially and check it out. I get those all the time.
Hmm.
But you want to still request them as a friend because
Hmm.
it makes it a lot easier for your message to actually go into their primary inbox
Okay.
and not the spam or the request
Hmm.
as well.
And then you said you ideally do 30
Ideally 30.
friend requests a day or 30 invites a day. to the
30 invites a day.
okay.
So you
30.
avoid yourself going to Facebook jail.
Say that again.
Facebook jail. Are you familiar with Facebook jail?
No, I wrote that down as a question I have for you. What is Facebook jail exactly?
Facebook jail is a funny thing.
Mhm.
So essentially, I've been in Facebook jail more times than I can ever count.
Okay.
But to keep it very, very simple, it's if you send excessive amount of messages very
Mhm.
quickly in a short period of time where you're sending the same exact message back to back to back to back to back, it triggers Facebook and it's like, oh, this person is spamming. And they
Okay.
block your account for 24 hours.
Okay.
And you can't message for 24 hours.
Hmm.
And then if you continue trying messaging, even though it says you can't do it, they extend it for another 48 hours. You continue trying doing it again, 72 hours. They
Oh
continue.
goodness.
It's a whole process. So this is why I recommend doing, heck, I would even to be on the safe side, I would do 25 to 30.
Okay.
25 to 30 is good to be on the safe side.
But above 30.
35, 35, you're pushing it a little bit. 40, you're like,
Okay.
whoa, hold on.
Okay.
That
Okay.
could really trigger the system. So, mhm,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you know the ins and outs of that because
yeah,
some some of these things about social media are so I don't know. They're changing all the time too, you know?
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing as well, right? I think it's always learning the platform itself.
Hmm.
But you want to make sure though the invites are doing 25 to 30.
Hmm.
And again, you already know how the funnel goes where you get them from another green business owner Facebook group, you get them inside your group as well.
Hmm.
And we're just sending invites to the group. We're getting it grow. And here's the thing as well. Although like doing the invites, it's a little bit of a slow, I don't say a slower process, but
Hmm.
although it's going to take time to build a group,
Hmm.
understand as well, like how I view my Facebook group and how my other clients view their Facebook because I've kind of broke this down with them.
Hmm.
Every new request is a new opportunity to get a client.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
mindset behind it.
Right.
Every person who says, yes, I want to join your group and they request to join the group is
Hmm.
a new opportunity for somebody to build trust with you, see who you are, you get them onto a call, and that could be a potentially new client.
Right.
Always remember that when you're building a group.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
always a new opportunity.
Hmm.
Always a new opportunity.
So it's naming the group, the description,
Hmm.
the joining other groups, doing the invites. Is there
Hmm.
anything else I should know about groups? I mean, I'm doing my group.
The banner photo as
Oh,
well.
yes, I started working on that in Canva.
Nice.
Um,
Good.
and I'm just figuring out Canva. So, but it
Yeah.
seems pretty easy.
Yeah.
So,
Canva is good. Canva is good. I
yeah.
we do Canva for all of our clients as well because I mean it's free. It's simple
Right.
to use. It's nothing too complicated. So
Hmm.
definitely use Canva.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing too with the name of the group as well, right?
Hmm.
Like all you really need is a picture of yourself,
Hmm.
the name of the group. You could put maybe like helping green business owners increase their traffic through copywriting.
Uh-huh.
Join the free community.
Right. Okay. Just keep it simple, right?
Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. We would just want the core foundations of the group is
Mhm.
we want to have number one, so core foundations of Facebook group. Number one, we want to have the name of the group, which we got clear on,
Mhm.
the description, which we got clear on,
Mhm.
the banner photo, some form of welcome video, which I'll be
Mhm.
actually talking about right here.
Okay.
So, what I also recommend when building out the group it's having a welcome video.
Okay.
Because what the welcome video does is, like, for example, whenever people are joining Rob's group,
Mm-hmm.
what he's doing is he's tagging the new members to watch this video.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, it's allowing people to build an instant trust, not instant trust, but it allows just people to just kind of understand who the attractive character is inside the group, which is Rob, because he's the admin of the group, he's the host of the group.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just him breaking down, why he created the group,
Mm-hmm.
the who he is, why he started his journey as a copywriter, just kind of breaking down like a mini glimpse of his journey. Like, have you seen my welcome video?
I don't think I've seen your welcome video. That's just on your Facebook page for the copywriting group, right?
So yeah, so what my welcome video is. So let's see. So I'm going to show you my welcome video. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't.
And it's not
Um,
the same as your what's that one where you tell your life story?
the webinar is different.
Okay, okay,
That one's different.
okay.
So essentially, let's see. Oh, we got some people. We got Miss Ashley. Yep. Stage fright is definitely real. We
Yeah.
got we got we got Nana, we got Bobby. What's going on, folks? All right. So let's see. So if I go to my welcome video, so this right here is my welcome video.
Okay.
So maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I don't know.
I think I've seen it.
But
Yeah.
maybe you have, maybe you have.
Mhm.
But what am I doing inside the video? I'm just like welcoming. I'm like, hey everyone, my name is Nicholas Thorpe. It's a great to have you inside this community. Just kind of break down a little bit who I am. I started my copyright journey back in XYZ. The goal reason why I created this group is because my purpose is to really help copywriters get their business started, making sure they're able to grow, evolve, XYZ.
Mhm.
And what it's doing is, for the cold prospect or the person who has no idea who I am, they
Mhm.
watch this video and they now know who I am by just a quick little mini video, just welcoming the person.
Right.
Just kind of just like, hey, like, welcome.
Hmm.
This is my group. It's a pleasure to have you. And now the person's like, oh, okay, cool. This is the crazy guy Nick who created the Facebook group.
And it looks like it's under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just under
You,
five
you don't have
minutes,
to
right?
keep, yeah, you don't got to keep it too long, right? Like, I
Uh-huh.
know, I
Right.
know, yeah, Rob has this for
Okay.
like 3 minutes, right?
Okay.
Some of my
Hmm.
clients have this for like 2 minutes. You don't have to keep it too long, but you want to have some form of welcome video.
And can I ask you, where is
Mhm.
everybody getting these really cool backgrounds they use during their videos? How are you guys doing that?
It's part of it's part of the mastering copywriting program. You got to join
Oh,
it
I
to figure
see.
out why.
I see.
I'm just kidding with you. Or am I joking? No, I'm just kidding. What you do is it's on Zoom. So if you I'm not too sure if you have Zoom, the paid
I
version of
do.
Zoom. You do have paid version of Zoom?
No, no, the unpaid version.
Ah, got you. So if you go to virtual background, right?
Hmm.
Like for me, right here. Yeah, so it's in yeah, you just have to, if you go to stop video and that arrow pointing down, you
Hmm.
click on it, you choose virtual background, and then after that, you get to put the virtual backgrounds. We
Okay.
have we have exclusive ones, but again, you have to join Mastering Copywriting to get access to
Okay.
it. But yeah, so that's all to be the whole overview of the welcome video. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can do
All
that.
right. Yeah, so we got the name, the description, the banner photo, the welcome video,
Uh-huh.
and then after that, I believe there's two more things. It's slipping my head right now. Let's see. Yeah, so let me see. I'm gonna go to school because it should be right here. So structuring your Facebook group. Ah, yes, qualifying questions. That's what it
Oh,
is.
okay. Yes.
Qualifying questions. Yeah.
I wrote
So you
down
want to
some
have
notes
some
on
form
that.
of.
while watching you and
Hmm.
Ashley talk.
Yep. So I'll break that down with you. So structuring your Facebook group. I'm going to walk you through the qualifying questions that you want to have. Yes, the qualifying question. So this is what we like to call the membership questions to qualify the leads that are now joining your group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I always recommend is you want to ask for their email address.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on my email list, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Do you get emails?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So this perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
You probably put your email when you probably joined my group.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I doing? I'm now collecting emails to now start building my email list.
Right.
So I definitely recommend in the future. It's not necessary right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd make the Facebook group work first before building out an email list, but you want to make sure you have some form of list. And I
Mm-hmm.
highly recommend building out an email list. And the reason why is because in case Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be, in case social media ever goes down, God knows what's going to happen with the world if the social media ever goes down. But if ever
Right.
does go down,
Mm-hmm.
you'll always have an email list of you always have a list of emails that you can always contact.
Right. No,
So
I
it's
totally
always just
agree.
having some form of emergency kit just in case something happens.
That
So
sounds like a good idea.
it's a great way for you to build your email list.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Second thing is what is the current stage of your business? So now you're able to see how much that green business owner is making,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, are you making 0 to 5K per month as a green business? Are you making 5K to 10K as a green business? Are you making 15 to 50? Are you a scaling 100K plus a month? Right? You're able
Mm-hmm.
to see how much that business owner is making. And for a lot of people like I'm talking to thousands of copywriters right now. And one of the biggest things are like, man, I don't know how in the world to see if a business owner is making money. This right here solves that for you because you're able to see how much they're making from their business because they have to put the answer in for them to actually join the community.
Right. Okay.
All right. And
Okay.
then next is what is the biggest challenge you face with your copywriting?
Right.
And now this is allowing you to see their biggest pain points so you can message them, connect with them, and get them onto a call.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is the core foundation right there.
Okay.
All right. So we got that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So yeah, welcome video we went through. Yeah, we went through everything. Yeah. So those are ultimately the core foundations of the group, which is the description, name of the group, the banner, welcome video, description, and then also the qualifying questions, the membership questions.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the five foundations of the group. Any questions?
Within my group,
Yeah.
as well as posting content about copywriting and how green businesses can benefit from copywriting and such, should I be sharing some posts about industry news in the green sector?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1000%. 1000%.
That, okay. That's something I'm very used to doing because
Yeah.
the construction companies, they were terrible about getting me pictures of job sites. There were good times and bad times with that. So I had to resort to getting a lot of industry news posts and such, to fill in the time. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so yeah, so I'm pretty good at digging up, you know, current events in a different industry or that industry, and you know, okay, good.
Yeah. Create
That'll
posts
give
on
me
that.
some
Create posts on that.
options there.
Create posts on that. Create posts on that.
Yeah.
But Juliana, any other questions with the core things that we spoke about today?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Was
Um,
this helpful for you? Was this worth your
very,
time?
yes, very much so. Very much so.
Mhm.
And I really appreciate it.
Of course. What was your biggest takeaways? What did you learn from today?
Um, oh boy.
There's a lot of information. I
Yeah,
get
there's a
it.
lot of
I get
information.
it. Yeah.
Um, I think, you know, we've discussed much of this already in the couple times that we talked, right? And so I think just discussing it all at once and having the flow, like it was you know, one step right after the other, was helpful about building the group. You helped me to name the group, and I really appreciate that
Yeah.
because I was equivocating about, the lead generation thing, the lead generating copywriting. I wasn't sure if that just sounded too old hat in the world of copywriting, the term lead generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, so that, and then just getting clear on friend requests and invites and
Nice.
the limit to avoid Facebook jail. And yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment, but I'm sure I'll think of other things later.
Mhm.
That's the way my mind works.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
yes,
I'm
I've really got a
mhm.
lot out of this. I just have to like let my
Good.
mind kind of gel and kind of absorb it all now.
I get it. It was a lot
But
of,
I
I was
took
throwing
some
a
good
lot of info
notes.
at you.
Yes,
Good.
I
Good.
got some good notes. And I
Good.
can always go
Good.
back and watch the video again too.
1000%.
Yeah.
1000%. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that this was worth your time, and for
Oh, very
everybody
much.
as well
Mhm.
that watched this. I hope this was worth your time as well. I hope you guys got a lot of value from today. But yeah, so again, Ashley, my biggest thing for you right now is number one, start building the group ASAP. Get
Mhm.
the name up, get the membership questions up, get the cover photo, get the name of the group, get the description, the welcome video, get these things up. We gotta start
Right.
building that audience, miss. We
I
gotta start
do.
building up that audience. Start
I
creating that
do.
content
Mhm.
and ultimately start getting people to jump onto a call with you.
Absolutely. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day because I'm really going to sink my teeth in,
Yeah, yeah.
start getting this
And again,
done.
message me as well so I can hear your progress with it.
Oh, I
All
definitely
right.
will. Thank you. I really
Awesome.
appreciate
Of
it.
course, of course. So,
Okay.
again, everyone, have yourself a great night. Juliana, it was a pleasure connecting with you, miss. I know we're going to be talking tomorrow.
It was a
So,
pleasure for me too.
of course, of course. So I'll connect with you tomorrow. Hope you have yourself a great night. And again, it was a
You
pleasure
too.
having you tonight.
Thanks. All right.
Of course. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.